Hello friends, this video is about Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Toyota Land Cruiser Prado 2022-2023 J152TR FE 2.7 MPI 163 HP and 1 GT FTV 2.84D 200 HP is a worthy competitor to Jeep Wrangler. If you are ready, let's start. In an honest review, the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado 2022-2023 model years in the back of the J150, 4th generation, secondary styling, is considered, equipped with a 2TR FE 2.7 MPI 16V gasoline engine with a capacity of 163 horsepower, and a 1GT FTV 2.84D 16V diesel engine with a capacity of 200 horsepower with which the Japanese frame SUV is sold by Russian dealers. From the publication you will find out what technical characteristics, trim levels, distinctive features, functional equipment, reliability, real fuel consumption, dynamic qualities, dimensions, ultimate resource is famous for a worthy competitor Jeep Wrangler, and Land Rover Defender. Land Rover Defender Japanese concern Toyota officially demonstrated to the public a restyled modification of its popular frame, the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, in the back of the J150 about 5 years ago. The presentation of the updated car took place at the end of 2017, and to this day, this model is successfully sold all over the world. The second restyling, which took place in 2017, brought both external and internal changes to the SUV. The updated version of the model can be distinguished from its predecessor, primarily by the upgraded front part of the body. A different hood with a central stamping appeared, modified front fenders were added, and a new bumper, false radiator grille and headlights with integrated LEDs were installed. The stern of the restyled Toyota Land Cruiser Prado was equipped with upgraded, not new, rear lights and a bumper. According to the Japanese automaker, after the second restyling of the model, the front fenders, the extreme points of these body elements, were moved a little higher, thanks to which the driver began to feel the real overall dimensions of the SUV much better. According to the same scenario, the head lighting and a false radiator grille were moved up. This was done to better protect these body components when driving off-road. Toyota representatives call their Prado J150 SUV, one of the most popular in the product line, updated in 2017, new and totally unfounded. The proportions of its body remained the same, but improved bumpers and a radiator grille appeared, and the hood with wings slightly changed the geometry. In general, the very image of the car has changed. Because of the updated relief, we dare to call it more athletic. Drops of navigation lights disappeared in the headlights, a minor nuance, but hotly debated. In all trim levels, the SUV offers only LED optics, and only the base Classic still works with lensless halogens. But even here you can see the LED technology in the stern brake lights and fog lights. The interior of the frame has also changed. A new center console was installed in the cabin, on which a lot of work was done to redistribute the controls. For reference, the upper edge of the panel was slightly lowered, which significantly improved visibility. After restyling, the Japanese manufacturer decided to place the tachometer and speedometer a little higher, in close proximity to the color display of the onboard computer. For reference, we note that the top-end configurations Prestige and Elegance have smartered. Now these versions offer customers an assistant function that can inform the driver about the allowed speed on a certain section of the road, and also tell what those are other road signs. All reminders are displayed on the new 4-inch onboard computer display. We can already safely say that the changes that occurred after the update in 2017 brought the missing freshness and comfort to the interior of the SUV. Although you should not flatter yourself, the usual monochrome screen can also take the place of the color display of the onboard computer. This will happen if you buy a Toyota Prado package with a 2TR FE series gasoline naturally aspirated power unit with a volume of 2.7 liters and a capacity of 163 horsepower. According to experts, this gas engine attracts buyers because it allows you to become the owner of a famous SUV for only $40,000, because for most it will be a serious temptation. Note the fact that, having bought a version of an SUV with a base gas engine, you will have to do without a tire pressure sensor, TPMS, heated windshield, heated rear sofa and starting the engine by pressing the start-stop system button. Although, in the area of the front wipers, the glass will still warm up pretty quickly. But one of the most popular options among fans of the Japanese brand is the ventilation of the front row seats in the basic configurations is provided by default, as well as the leather trim, which is required for all versions of the upgraded Toyota Prado. Surely, the version of the model with a modernized turbodiesel power plant of the 1GT FTV series, with a volume of 2.8 liters and a capacity of 200 horsepower, will also arouse great interest. This engine fully complies with the strict requirements of Euro 6. When equipped with this diesel engine, the car immediately adds 100 kilograms, but this unit conquers with its powerful traction and high degree of efficiency. All configurations offered on the market with a 1GT FTV 2.8D 4D turbodiesel, according to passport data, do not require more than 11 liters of fuel per 100, moreover, regardless of the driving cycle. For lovers of long-distance travel, such a choice will be fully justified. It is also impossible not to note the high level of safety of the updated Toyota Land Cruiser J150. A serious innovation of the model can be called the proprietary security complex Toyota Safety Sense, which includes a radar and cameras. This system boasts a special function that helps to prevent an accident, thanks to the presence of an early detection of traffic obstacles. In addition, the Toyota Safety Sense complex includes adaptive cruise control, automatic switching of high beam headlights to low beam, and vice versa, a lane departure controller, as well as a sensor that monitors dead zones. It is also worth noting that the restyled model has a special function that helps the driver to reverse out of the parking lot, as well as an upgraded system that monitors the current tire pressure. For reference, we note that the volume of the luggage compartment of the most popular 5-seater version of the model with buyers has not changed and, as before, is 621 liters. When folding the rear row backrests, the usable cargo space increases to 1934 liters. However, automatically steer to stay in a given lane SUV has not yet learned. But, as noted earlier, the updated Prado has learned to automatically stop, warn of rear obstacles, and track blind spots. By the way, in order to introduce the Safety Sense security system into the restyled model, Toyota engineers had to do a lot of work. In addition, the SUV has learned to calculate the distance to the car in front, and even if it changes speed while driving. According to car owners, while driving on asphalt, the restyled Toyota Prado behaves completely predictably. You can switch the driving modes of the drive mode select system as much as you like. The operation algorithm of the comfortable suspension with electronically adjustable shock absorbers will not change. But the differences in the reaction of the gas pedal when switching modes from Eco to Sport Plus and vice versa, you can feel. So, for example, the force on the steering wheel, for which the VFC system is responsible, will immediately change, although the hydraulic booster works in the car, as before. The updated Japanese SUV differs from the previous version in the extraordinary responsiveness of the steering wheel while driving on the highway and off-road. The car performs turns quickly and collected, despite the 2-ton weight. The rear suspension design uses pneumatics, and steel springs are installed in front. SUV suspension is based on a steel frame and has the following suspension architecture. Front double wishbones, independent type, rear trailing arms, dependent type. All configurations of the model provide for the presence of a frame SUV with permanent 4WD all-wheel drive, a lower row, and an asymmetric central differential from Torsen with a forced center lock. This is enough to overcome difficult off-road conditions, but this is not the whole arsenal of a purebred Japanese. The top warrant of the Elegance Plus version, in addition to the aforementioned standard differential, has a self-locking rear differential, which significantly improves the driving characteristics of the car when driving on dirt roads. Well, the multi-terrain monitor system will help the driver to see what is happening under the bottom of the SUV. By the way, among fans of absolute off-road, this option is considered quite popular today. The updated Toyota Land Cruiser Prado 2017 to 2023 model years in the back of the J150 5-seater version has the following overall dimensions: length 4840mm, width 1855mm, height 1845mm, wheelbase 2790mm, standard clearance, ground clearance 215mm, approach angle 31 degrees, departure angle 25 degrees, front overhang 915mm, rear overhang 1075mm, curb weight, with a 2.7-liter gasoline engine, 2150 kilograms, maximum load capacity 700 kilograms, fuel tank volume 87 liters. Gasoline atmospheric cast iron aluminum 4-cylinder, P4, engine 2.7 MPI 16V, oil-filled 5W20, lubricant volume 5.5 liters, motor line, Toyota TR series. Factory Index 2 TR Fate Power 163 horsepower at 5,200 RPM, torque 246 Newton per meter at 3,900 RPM. Injection type distributed fuel enters the cylinders in uniform multi-point portions. Using MPI multi-point injection technology, turbocharging not provided. Phase control mechanism, an intelligent system for changing gas distribution phases. Dual VVTi with 2 phase shifters, one at the inlet and one at the outlet valve drive DOHC, 2 overhead camshafts, and 4 valves per cylinder timing drive timing chain. Fuel consumption in the combined format is 11.7 liters, city 13.5 liters, highway 10.4 liters, of 90-second gasoline per 100 kilometers. Acceleration from 0 to 100 km/h 13.9 seconds. Maximum speed 165 km/h. Diesel turbocharged cast iron aluminum 4-cylinder, R4, power unit 2.8D4D16V, grease-filled 0W30, oil volume 7.5 liters. Engine range Toyota GT series, factory series 1 GDFTV, power 200 horsepower, at 3,400 RPM, torque 500 Newton per meter, at 2,400 RPM, injection type direct, fuel is applied to the cylinders in direct stepwise portions, at a pressure of 2,200 bar, using a high-performance injection pump, using proprietary D4D technology. Common rail fuel equipment from Denso is installed. Turbocharging system, installed by a VGT turbocharger with variable blade geometry. The mechanism of phase regulation is not provided. Valve drive, DOHC, 2 overhead camshafts and 4 valves per cylinder. Timing drive, timing chain. Fuel consumption in the combined cycle is 8.7 liters, in the city 11.0 liters, on the highway 7.5 liters, of diesel fuel per 100 kilometers. Acceleration from 0 to hundreds is carried out in 9.9 seconds. The maximum speed is 175 km/h. The above considered 2TR Fate 2.7 MPI base gasoline engine, which by default composes the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado 150 frame SUV sold on the Russian market, operates in a company with a 5-speed manual gearbox, 5 manual transmission, or 6-speed hydraulic automatic, 6 automatic transmission. In turn, the 1GDFTV 2.8D4D turbodiesel, without alternative, works in tandem only with a 6-band automatic transmission of a hydromechanical Type 6 automatic transmission in general. According to many auto experts, a standard 16-valve 2.7 MPI gasoline engine, the 2TR Phase series is rather weak for a large frame, which is rightfully the Toyota Prado J150. But there is nothing reprehensible in this for those who prefer a quiet ride and moderately dynamic acceleration. In addition, this engine, in terms of reliability, will give odds to the vast majority of modern power units of a comparable type. Subscribe to watch interesting videos.